Well, during our lifetime or my lifetime, a lot of teams are called eventual champions, meaning that during my lifetime I have seen the Lakers or the Dodgers or the Angels lose to the eventual champions in the playoffs. And let's take it back. If I can remember correctly, um, well, it's good when your team finishes at the end. Well, 1980, I was just a year old when the Lakers won the championship over the Sixers, and that's when rookie Magic Johnson stole the show when Kareem was not available. And of course, back in 1981, the Dodgers would end up winning the World Series over the Yankees after losing in 77 and 78. It was also a six-game affair in 81. That's when you had the tri-MVPs with Say and Guerrero and Yeager. And it was also the first year of Fernando Mania, but the last year of that record-breaking infield of Lopes, Garvey, Say, and Russell. Yeah, that would be a turn of events in the 80s. Of course, it was the free agent era. Well, of course, also in 79, the Angels lost to the Baltimore Orioles in the American League Championship Series. And the Orioles were so close to winning the World Series in 79, but Pittsburgh came back and won three in a row after trailing 3-1. The Dodgers lost the one-game playoff to the Houston Astros for the division in 1980. However, the Astros lost to the Phillies in the LCS. 1982 is when the Lakers won their next championship over the Sixers once again. But then in the 1982 ALCS, the California Angels took a 2-0 lead over the Milwaukee Brewers, who were then an American League franchise, back when we just had the East and West Division. However, the Brewers came back and won three in a row at home. So it was a best-of-5 series back then. And however, the Brewers would lose in the World Series to the Cardinals. And also, in 1983, the Lakers would get swept by the Sixers. It was Moses Malone that was putting it on. And then in the 83 NLCS, the Dodgers would lose to the Phillies in the NLCS in 4 games. However, the Phillies would lose to the Orioles in the World Series, which would be Cal Ripken's only World Series appearance and Mike Schmidt's second and final World Series appearance. So it was the Weiss kids, because they had a lot of veterans on that Phillies team. And also, it is a the eventual champ. So in 1983, at least we got to the NBA Finals but lost. 1984, the Lakers got to the finals again, but they would lose to the Boston Celtics in a grinding, thrilling 7-game affair. Magic against Bird. And Larry Bird was finals MVP, and the Celtics would win it in 7, including that heat wave game, or in Game 5 when there was no air conditioning. It was like almost 100 degrees in Boston Garden with 100% humidity. It felt like a steam room. And that's how it went. However, in 1985, the Lakers got revenge and won the championship over Boston. And this time it would be Kareem that would be the finals MVP with the Skyhook in 85, as they finally got over the hump. It's just like the Dodgers beating the Yankees in the World Series. The Lakers finally beat the Celtics in the NBA Finals. So the 80s, we got some revenge. However, in 1985, the Angels fell 1 game behind the Kansas City Royals for the American League Western Division title, while the Dodgers lost to the St. Louis Cardinals in the National League Championship Series. And the Cardinals almost won the World Series in '85 by taking a 3-1 lead over the Royals. However, the Royals came back and won the series in 7 games. And yes, it was Brett Saberhagen's pitching and the defense by the Royals that won the championship and the timely hitting they got. However, in 1986, the Lakers made it to the Western Conference Finals again. However, losing to the Houston Rockets in the Western Conference Finals, but the Rockets lost to the Celtics in the NBA Finals. Later in '86, the California Angels were back in the American League Championship Series against the Boston Red Sox, and they took a 3-1 lead and were a strike away from the pennant. And it looked like bedlam in Anaheim. However, Dave Henderson's 2-out, 2-strike homer would save the Red Sox season off of Angels closer Donnie Moore. The Angels would tie it in the 9th, but they would lose in extras. And the Red Sox just outscored the Angels 18-5 at Fenway. However, the Red Sox almost won the '86 World Series. And were a strike away. However, the Mets rallied and went on to win their own World Series in 7 games. Best known Bill Buckner and then Don Deckinger in '85, those blown calls in Game 6s, which would allow the home team to force a 7th game and win a 7th game. '87, the Lakers would win the NBA title again over Boston. This time it was Magic's baby Skyhook that won it. And then in '88, Pat Riley would confirm that he would make a promise that the Lakers would be back there again in '88. But they had to do it the hard way in '88. But they still got it done by beating the bad boy Pistons in the NBA Finals. This time it was Big Game James that was doing it. And in '88, the Dodgers returned to World Series glory by beating the Oakland A's in 5 games, thanks to Kirk Gibson's home run and Orel Hershiser's pitching, defense, and timely hitting by the Dodgers that won it all in '88. However, in '89, the Lakers lost to the Detroit Pistons because of injuries to Byron Scott and Magic, and Kareem was going to retire. So '89 was kind of like the end of the era for Showtime.